Today I want to show you an absolutely super easy and absolutely delicious recipe for a Greek style bread pudding. It is out of this world. It combines the same principle but with Greeked up flavors. And it's going to give you a solution to an age-old problem of what to do with like tsoureki, when they're stale and you got 30 of them left over after like Greek Easter. And this tsoureki is like Greek challah. It's like that sweet egg bread around Easter, very delicious. It's great for coffee, the first, few days. And after that, it's like, but anywho, today I'm going to show you how to make this recipe and it's going to be super, super delicious. So to get us started, I'm going to preheat my oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 155, 160 degrees Celsius. Get that off and going. Now, the next thing, we're going to kind of work backwards. We're going to incorporate the segment of Galaktoboureko into this recipe, and that's what's going to give us our custardy syrupy base. So to start us off, I'm going to fire up my element here. And in here, I've already got 1.5 cups of water. To my 1.5 cups of water, I'm going to add another 1.5 cups of sugar, also known as a simple syrup. Now, into this, I'm going to add a cinnamon stick and the juice of half a lemon. So I've juiced already one lemon, so I'm going to put this in there. Just like that. I'm going to save the other half to put into my custard. Here's the thing. I've said it once, I'll say it like a million times. Do not use that green lemon shit that's in the bottle. It's like tire cleaner. It is not real lemon. So please just try and use real lemons if you can. So this is going just like that. Now, what's going to wind up happening as well, once this is going to get going, I'm going to simmer this for 5 minutes and very simply put it aside and forget about it. So, next thing, our mixer. For this, I'm going to incorporate 1/2 cup of sugar. We'll go into this just like that, and 4 eggs. Now try and be as careful as you can and try not to get shells in here. That goes without saying, but I'm saying it. We don't need any extra crunch. So that will go in there just like that. Perfect. This is locked and loaded. Let's just start mixing this up, frothing it up. I love this. I love when things just happen. And just let that go for about 2 or 3 minutes just to whip up and lighten up the eggs and totally combine the sugar. All right, so now that my simple syrup is completely done, I'm gonna set it aside and forget about it till I need it at the end. It doesn't take more than that. The whole point of this is we wanna get our hot bread pudding out of the oven with a cool syrup over it. So this is done. Let's bring this right down. And I speak from experience when I tell you this. So, in will go about a teaspoon of vanilla. And try and get the best vanilla you can. It does make a difference. Along with this, I'm going to add the other half of my lemon juice. So actually, let me just leave that here. And then, just bring that up again and just let it go. Nothing to this. Now this is going to be for maybe another 1.5 minutes tops. Here I'm going to be using for this a 12-inch round stainless steel pan. Something, you can use whatever you want. You can use a square, you can use a rectangle, doesn't really matter. Now, for this I'm just going to very simply take my tsoureki and just cut it up into pieces. Now, they don't have to be tiny pieces. They don't have to be super small. Just, chunks. Where was this recipe when I was growing up, man? It was actually sad after Easter at my house. Wow. All the tsoureki, koulouria, the Easter eggs. Jeez, it's actually crazy. So just continue. And for this recipe, believe it or not, the staler or the more stale the tsoureki is, the better it's actually going to be, because it's going to absorb all that custard. Just let me get to this. I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of fine semolina. Don't use semolina flour in this. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be sitting there like a brick. Use fine semolina. The flour is like pulverized. It's a little too dense. Perfect. That goes in there just like that. Let's just bring it up another notch, and it's happening, baby. It's all happening. Prepping along, I'm going to put a small pot that I'm going to use for my custard. I'm going to have to heat it up, and I'm going to do it in that. So let me just put this in here and continue just filling that up as much as you want, really. Perfect. Just like that. And this is going to have such a gorgeous flavor. My God. And look at this. I still have tsoureki left over. Like, wow. All right, let me just leave that off here. Now, with this, I want to add to this a few raisins. And, you know, this is totally up to you. Anywhere from 1/2 cup, 1/4 cup. I don't really want to go too much. Like, I don't really want to go like a cup or whatever. It's not like, you know, you're not making, you know, honey tarts. But just leave that there just like that and let it just kind of permeate and sink down into throughout your pudding. So that's whipping up nicely there. Give that another minute or so and we're going to be good to go. The last part of this. Don't be a hero. If you're going to do this, have your mixer either on off or at the lowest possible speed. Here I'm going to add 6 cups of milk. It always gets ugly for me around this time. So just pour in your milk. See what I mean? Now, mix this. All you're going to do is you're going to continue to mix this up and work it for about 4 or 5 minutes until it gets thoroughly incorporated. I would also grab a spatula during this time and stop it and kind of scrape the sides and the bottom if you can. Get everything off. Gorgeous, not a drop spilt. Look at this, my friends. Not a single drop spilt. Make sure you get all the semolina from the bottom, or it won't have the right consistency for you. Perfect. Give that a quick stir and let this go now. We're going to bring this up slowly, and I want this to thicken a little bit before I pour it and bake over my bread pudding. So I'm just going to leave this here like that and just slowly start mixing this up. And as it heats through, it's going to thicken up as well. So this will take maybe on a medium-high heat, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Don't rush this or you're going to burn the bottom, you're going to scald it, and it's going to just be not a good thing. So now, time to turn this off. It's got nice and thick and rich and creamy, and that's exactly what I want. So here comes the good part. I'm going to take this now and very carefully I'm going to start pouring this all over my tsoureki. So there's like all kinds of flavor and deliciousness going on. Also, whenever I make custards, I kind of go in with a whisk at the end, because that way I have a more of a control of the thickness, of the consistency of it. And what you're going to do is you're just going to pour this or spread this. Actually, I'm so excited I can't even talk right now. There, put this just over, and if there's a little bit showing out, not a big deal. So we got this custardy thing going on here, And now this is ready to go into, almost ready to go into our oven. Now, what? Can't lose any of this goodness. Watch this. Now, I'm just going to take some slivered almonds and just going to throw them on top. You know, you can use as much as you want for garnish. And these will brown up as well, and they're going to become absolutely fantastic. That's it. Perfect. Just like that. So now, my friends, this, just get it all the goodness there all around. Give this a little jiggle. Going to go into our 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes, give or take. Keep an eye on it. You'll know when it's ready. You don't want this turning too much of a brown, but you just want this just to start goldening up. Well, do you hear that? You know what that means. Let me just turn this puppy off. It's been in there for about 45 minutes. Oh, check this out. Isn't this absolutely... Oh my God. Oh my God, my God. Perfectly done. I have the flavors of tsoureki. I have the flavors, the raw flavors of Galaktoboureko, because we're not finished with this. Remember our syrup here? We did our little simple syrup here. I'm just going to take this and just fish this out. It's our cinnamon stick. Perfect. Now, before I do this, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice because it can be a little on the dense side. So what I'm going to do is very simply, I'm just going to grab a knife, just any kind of small knife, and I'm going to slowly start putting slits all around. Why am I doing this? Not because it owes me money. You're just puncturing like little holes throughout for the syrup to get drawn right through to the bottom. That's it. So remember, you're not stabbing this thing like it cheated on you. You're going to be basically just doing this so your syrup can get all the way through and right to the bottom. And oh my God, this is going to make my toes curl. Crazy, absolutely crazy. And now, just take this and very slowly, without making a mess everywhere, start pouring this down. It may seem like it's a lot, but I promise you it's not. This thing will absorb, like the custard itself and the actual sweetbread will actually absorb in itself. Oh boy. Look at this. It's going through all the cracks and the crevices. You want this to get right through to the very bottom. The absolute very, very bottom. Oh, absolutely magnificent. Magnificent. Oh my gosh. I know I can't stop talking. This is absolutely gorgeous. Perfect. This now is pretty much ready to go. The cake itself, the bread pudding will actually absorb that all. But like most things in life, patience is not my virtue. So I'm going to get into this right now and I'm going to just start trying it out. I have to taste this 100%. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Now, tell me that doesn't look... Okay, this is like hotter than sin. So, This will be part of my last meal. That's how good this is. So delicious, full of flavor. Just a great, great dessert. This, believe it or not, will be even better once it's chilled. Put it a couple hours in the fridge. Gonna be right as rain. Absolutely magnificent. That's it for this episode, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe. Share this recipe. This is a very easy recipe. It'll save you a lot of grief with what you're going to do with the tsoureki left over. I mean, I made this and I still have the tsoureki left over. But anyway, here's the thing. Make this, enjoy it, share it. Things are getting better, so that's the uptick to all this. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.